The 14 best books about money you must read. Hi, welcome to RC Finance Guide, where we'll be talking about the topics of handling finances and making money. Here are the 14 best books on money you can read. Consider these books if you want to learn more about money. Be smarter about how you spend and save, and learn how to use your money to build your freedom. Number 1. Robert T. Kiyosaki wrote Rich Dad, Poor Dad. The main reason why more than 90% of Americans have trouble with money is that they play not to lose. They don't try to win. From Robert T. Kiyosaki. The book Rich Dad, Poor Dad is about a boy with two fathers, one rich and one poor. It tells the story of a boy and his father to help you learn the right way to think about money and how to manage it so you can live a life of wealth and freedom. This book is divisive, but it's just work at getting you to do something. It's based on parts of Kiyosaki's lives, like how his dad and his best friend told him two different ways to handle money. The lessons cover a range of topics, including how to think about money as an idea, basic accounting, budgeting, and investing skills, and how to manage your money so that it works for you. When you're done reading the story, you'll enjoy putting the tips into action. Here are the key takeaways. Use your money to buy assets, not liabilities. Take risks instead of trying to avoid them. Work to gain knowledge, not money. Number 2. Tony Robbins wrote Money Master the Game. Either you are in charge of your money or money is in the charge of you on some level. From Tony Robbins. Tony Robbins talked to some of the world's best wealthy investors for money. Master the game. Based on what they said, Robbins lays out 7 simple steps to financial freedom. Tony Robbins studied for this book for 10 years. After the 2008 financial crisis, he chose to help regular people plan for a good future. After talking to financial legends like Ray Dalio, Warren Buffett, and Jack Bogle, who are all worth a lot of money, he put together their best plans. The book has everything from how to change your mind to how to save your money and how to divide up your assets. The interview records alone are worth the price of the book. Here are the key takeaways. Never underestimate how much attention can grow over time. You can show yourself that financial freedom is possible by choosing one of the 3 financial goals: basic expenses plus fun, or financial independence. Use the 3 bucket method to spread out your investments. 1 for safety, 1 for growth, and 1 for your dreams. Number 3. The book The Barefoot Investor by Scott Pape. You can keep living in the past, beating yourself up about the money mistakes you made when you were younger and telling yourself it's too late, or you can get up and make yourself proud. From Scott Pape. An Australian farm boy wrote The Barefoot Investor, a straightforward book about how to manage your own finances. It shows you a simple way to get rid of debt, live in the present, and still retire in peace. Scott Pape is the most trusted expert on personal finances in Australia. More than 1 million copies of the book have been sold. Even though Pape grew up on a farm, he wanted to make a lot of money by selling stocks. That didn't go as planned. He moved back to his farm and now talks about how to manage your money by comparing it to simple life. In 3 steps, the book shows you how to take charge, plan, grow, and gather your money. He gives both simple and bold advice. A great book for newbies. Here are the key takeaways. Use different bank accounts to make managing your money easier. First, throw away your credit cards, then start paying off your debt. With index funds, you can automate some of your plans for retirement. Number 4. Carl Richards wrote The One-Page Financial Plan. People who know how to interest works make it. From Carl Richards. People who don't pay it. The One-Page Financial Plan helps you plan your whole financial future on a single page, so you don't have to feel like financial planning is a hassle. Carl Richards has worked as a financial manager at Wells Fargo, Merrill Lynch, and other places for more than 40,000 hours over the last 20 years. Some of the drawings he posted on Instagram went very far. On just one piece of paper, they show the ideas that help him and his wife plan their funds. In this book, he tells you how to do the same things. Here are the key takeaways. Set some goals, but be open to change and make tweaks as you go. Making a budget into a game is fun to save money. Think of getting rid of your debt as an investment in your future. Number 5. Benjamin Graham wrote The Intelligent Investor. Benjamin Graham once said, "Those who don't remember the past are doomed to repeat it." The Intelligent Investor explains value investing, which is a way to make steady, long-term gains by ignoring the current market and choosing companies with high intrinsic value. Warren Buffett says that this is the best book ever written about how to trade. It is based on classes that Warren Buffett took from Benjamin Graham when he was young. Value buyers look for companies with solid businesses practice and buy their stock at a discount. After that, they will have to just wait. At some point, their value will become clear. A true timeless gem. Here are the key takeaways. There are 3 rules for smart investing. Think about the long term, protect yourself from losses, and don't try to make a lot of money quickly. Don't trust Mr. Market, because in the short and medium run, he can be very crazy. You'll do well with your investments if you stick to a strict plan. Number 6. Joel Greenblatt wrote The Little Book That Beats the Market. Picking individual stocks without knowing what you want is like running through a warehouse full of explosive with a lit match. You may live, but you're still a moron. From Joel Greenblatt. The Little Book That Still Beats the Market is a step-by-step guide on how to use a simple math method to buy stocks that will make your money in the long run. Joel Greenblatt is an investment legend. From 1986 to 2006, his investment company, Gotham Funds, had an average yearly return of over 40%. Joel has returned Benjamin Graham's value investing method into a system that only needs to be changed once in a year with a simple formula. He wrote it down in 2005 so he could give it to his children. This is the best way to spend if you want to do something specific and easy. Here are the key takeaways. To judge a stock, look at its profits, yield, hardness, and return on capital. Sort and mix these 2 things to find companies that do well. Be patient because this method only works because you have to wait. Number 7. MJ DeMarco wrote The Millionaire FASTLANE. Many people want to change their lives, but they aren't willing to change their choices. And in the end, this doesn't change anything. From MJ DeMarco. The Millionaire FASTLANE shows what's wrong with the old get a degree, get a job, work hard, and retire rich plan. Gives a new definition of wealth and shows you how to retire young. This book must have the most confusing title in the world. It's not all the way to get rich quickly. Instead, it's a story about sticking with something, being brave, taking risks, and thinking outside the box. When MJ DeMarco was a teenager, he saw a man in a Lamborghini and knew he wanted to be rich, but he didn't want to work for 40 years to get there. He started, sold, and then bought back his own businesses. By the time he was 33, he was a multimillionaire and could retire. A good book to read. Here are the key takeaways. The only things that really matter are health, relationships, and freedom. Money isn't one of them. At some point, you have to make your money not depend on how much time you spend working. Think more like a maker than a buyer. Number 8. Napoleon Hill wrote Think and Grow Rich. The first step to getting what you want is wanting it. Always keep this in mind. Achieve your goals. A small fire makes a small amount of heat, just like a weak desire brings weak results. From Napoleon Hill. Think and Grow Rich is a collection of the 13 most common habits of rich and successful people. It is based on 20 years of research on more than 500 people. This could be the most read book on success in the whole world. Andrew Carnegie, a wealthy steel magnate, gave Napoleon Hill the job of interviewing famous people. He did this for 20 years. The book came out in 1937 and has sold more than 70 million copies. It's a book about how to think, see the future, and do what you need to do to achieve your goals. This is for young people who want to start their own business. Here are the key takeaways. Use auto-suggestions to build a strong trust in yourself that you can't shake. Be strong-willed and never change your mind. Join a mastermind group to speed out how much you earn. Number 9. I Will Teach You to Get Rich by RAMIT SETHI. Getting started is more important than becoming an expert. I Will Teach You to Be Rich helps you save money on autopilot so you can spend on things you enjoy without feeling bad about it. In 2004, RAMIT SETHI began his blog in his college room when he sold an ebook for a few dollars and saw how easy it was to make money online. He put it in twice as much. After 15 years, online classes bring in millions of dollars each year for Grow Lab. His New York Times book will show you how to save money in every area of your life. Splurge on things you enjoy and set up your retirement planning so that it happens automatically. A down-to-earth view from someone who has been there. Here are the key takeaways. You are the only one can solve your money troubles. When you know how much money is coming in, you can automatically send it where you want it to go, even if it's just $1. You should start saving today. Number 10. Dave Ramsey's The Total Money Makeover. Dave Ramsey says, we buy things we don't need with money we don't have to impress people we don't like. In 7 steps, The Total Money Maker shows you how to stop thinking of debt as a normal, get rid of it for good in small steps, and build the financial future you deserve. The Dave Ramsey Show is one of the most listened to radio shows in history of the USA. Ramsey helps people get out of debt, and then those people go on his show to talk about it. He also helps them deal with mental side of money, which is more than just giving them math tips. Ramsey tells you to pay off your debts from smallest to largest, save money slowly, and wait to spend until you've taken care of the basics. A solid way of handling money. Here are the key takeaways. Put away $1,000 in an emergency fund before you do anything else. Start with the smallest bill and work your way up. Build up your backpack fund until you have enough money for at least 3 months. Number 11. David Beck wrote The Automatic Millionaire. The truth is that none of us really have a choice. Whether we want to or not, we're all playing the money game. Only one thing matters. Are we winning? From David Beck. The Automatic Millionaire is a step-by-step plan for building wealth without being disciplined by using set percentage, small payments, and automated transactions. When David Beck was 7, his grandmother took him to McDonald's. During lunch, she told him that there are 3 kinds of people in the world: those who eat in McDonald's, those who work at McDonald's, and those who invest in McDonald's. Wow! Beck worked at Morgan Stanley as a vice president about that. Now he runs a consulting business and writes books. 7 of his 12 books are hits on the New York Times list, and this one is the most useful guide to making money. Here are the key takeaways. A little saved up every day will add up to a lot. Pay yourself first to plan for your future finances. With automatic payments, you can spend in a smart way without having to be smart yourself. Number 12. Thomas J. Stanley wrote The Millionaire Next Door. No matter how much money you make, you should never live above your means. From Thomas J. Stanley. The Millionaire Next Door shows you how to spend and save money in easy ways that add up to more money in the bank than most people earn in their entire lives. It also shows you how to avoid making important mistakes on your way to financial freedom. Stanley and his co-author William Danko spent decades studying people with average salaries but high net worths. The book helps you avoid being UAW, which means you don't save enough money. Most people could put away half of what they earn. This book tells you why in the long run that's a good idea. Here are the key takeaways. Save money in a smart way as soon as you start making more than you need to live. Use an easy net worth formula to figure out if you're not making as much money as you could be. To reach your goal, you should avoid economic outpatient care, which is when you spend too much money helping other people. Number 13. Secrets of Millionaire Mind HARV EKER. If you want the goods to change, you must first change the roots. If you want to change what you can see, you must first change what you can't. From HARV EKER. Secrets of the Millionaire. The mind says that our financial success is not predetermined at birth, and tell us how to break through mental boundaries and pick up the habits and ways of thinking of the rich. After starting, selling, losing, and failing at more than a dozen businesses in a wild ride, HARV EKER looked at his own feelings about money. He found that he had been using the same money-making methods as his parents. Most of us do the same thing. This book will help you get rid of the bad parts of that code and replace them with a good money habits and ways of thinking. Here are the key takeaways. You naturally try to make money the same way your parents did. If you want to be in charge of your money, you have to first understand that you are in charge. If you look down on rich people, you'll never get rich yourself. Number 14. George Clason's book, The Richest Man in Babylon. Advice is free, but make sure you only take what is good. From George S. Clason. In The Richest Man in Babylon, stories and parables from the ancient Babylon are used to teach money lessons that are still useful today. When George S. Clason, a soldier, businessman, and writer, put out his book in 1926, he was very smart. Instead of giving boring advice that didn't make sense, he told stories from the Babylonians to teach his lessons. People usually think of them as very interesting, and they gave George the power to teach us these things. The advice is good now, just as it was then. Here are the key takeaways. Stay within your means. Figure out how to have luck. Never take on debt. We think these are the best books ever written about money and will help you get a handle on yours. If you have any feedback or questions about this video or topics you would like to see covered, make sure to comment them down below. Also, make sure to press the subscribe button and hit the notification bell to be updated in all of our latest videos.